Good evening, everyone. My name is Stevie Chung. I'm a Diamond Master with Atomy. Thank you for coming here tonight. Tonight, I have the privilege of giving you an overview of Atomy. So we call this lecture Atomy A to Z. So let's begin by sharing with you a little bit about what Atomy is all about. So that throughout this little short lecture, I hope that by the end of this lecture, you would understand Atomy and actually make a decision as to whether Atomy is something that you should take part in. So let's begin. Every time when you look at a business, you want to look at a checklist and see what kind of business this is. I've identified here 8 different points that you should at least look at when you look at a business. So what's my background? I've been a banker for the last 20 years, and one of my roles in banking is small business lending. So I loan money to small businesses. So one of the first things I need to learn as a small business lender was to understand business. What makes it work? What makes it not work so well? So let's take a look at these 8 points that I believe is something that will guide us through to understand whether a business is going to succeed, whether it is long-term, short-term, or whether this business is even worth you pursuing. So let's begin the first point. Is this company a legitimate company? That's the first question you always need to ask. When someone asks you to partner with them for a business, you need to wonder whether this business, is it legitimate? Is it real? You have already heard CEO Park's message, and you have also seen our video about Atomy. I don't really need to go over too much that Atomy is truly a legitimate company. But let's look at some of the highlights that Atomy has. The first thing is, Atomy has been operating in 14 regions. These 14 regions comprise of 15 countries that we are in. 15 countries in the world have already allowed Atomy to come in as a business concept. If that's the case, is it legitimate? That's something you need to wonder for yourselves. What about a company that in 10 years have grown to a sales of $1.3 billion US? Now, this is not a small number for businesses. You ask any starting businesses, it will take a business many years to even get to $1 million of sales. Atomy in 10 short years have grown to $1.3 billion. And we are still small by all counts, but not that bad. If you take a look at the membership that Atomy has, there are 6 million members in the world that believe in Atomy, that uses Atomy products, that wants to continue to use Atomy products. So there must be something of real value with Atomy. And finally, our products like Hemohim and our skincare systems were all developed by one of the world's top government research facilities. And that's the Korea Atomic Energy Research Institute of South Korea. These are some of the facts that you can see for Atomy. So does it make Atomy legitimate? You be the judge of that. The next thing we want to look at is, after you find a company that you want to be involved in, you need to find out, the next thing is, what's the ethics behind the company? Is the company an ethical company? So let's take a look at ethical and see what it means. The first thing about a company about being ethical is whether it has principles. What kind of culture drives Atomy? Adheres to 3 cultures. Atomy built itself on 3 cultures. The first one is on observing principles. Why is this important? If a company does not have any principles to follow, has never established any principles, there will be chaos and there will be trouble. The company will not be able to run for long. The second thing we need to do is that Atomy also has a culture of growing together, not only with our members of growing together, but with the people, the manufacturers that give us the products, that put their products onto, that we get to manufacture Atomy brand products. These are the people that we work together so that when our consumers benefit, so will these companies that manufacture for us. They will also benefit. And finally, we don't only just partner with manufacturers, partner with members, observe principles, but we actually go out and share. We have a very strong sharing culture. And Atomy's whole point is that whatever we earn, we need to learn how to share. Because there are many people out in the world that not only would benefit from Atomy products, but benefit because we are now a company that's making money and we want others to be able to share in this. So that's the culture of Atomy in terms of where we need to be. So ethics-wise, we're driven by cultures. 3 very strong areas of culture that we have developed. The next thing you want to look in a company is whether there is management ability. To be able to run a company is very important. In my world of lending money to small businesses, one of the biggest issues I find with some business people who want to start a business is that they don't have the management ability. They have the skills. So for example, a chef could really be a great chef, cooks really well, makes the best dishes. But if he doesn't have the management ability to manage his restaurant, he will lose money and eventually go bankrupt. That's something that's important. So management ability is very important. Now, what demonstrates that Atomy has that capability to manage his business? Let's look at this. We manage our company based on principles, and these founding principles will be with Atomy forever. The first founding principle we have is what we call being, a sense of continuity. That means Atomy doesn't believe that this company that Atomy is not going to be for a short while. It's not even just for 50 years. It will be for a long time. Because we believe that if a company is founded, started, and involves people's lives, we want to make sure that the company will never go under, will never go bankrupt. And that's our basic principle of being or of continuity. The second thing is that Atomy wants every one of its members, as well as its partners and Atomy itself, to know how fast to proceed in this business. Speed is important, but the rate of speed is even more important. How fast we go. We cannot go too fast ahead of time. If we are jumping too fast ahead of time, people will not be ready to accept Atomy. We cannot go too slow too, because then we will be too far behind. We need to be just there at the moment. And this is where founding principles guide us in terms of building the speed for which this company can grow and for which its members can also grow with it and our partners can grow with it. So one of the things you need to look at is, why is it that not all products that are started in Korea goes out to all the world until we need to make sure that our manufacturers is able to catch up to the speed of our growth as well. So there's a balance there we need to do. And finally, this leads to the point of balance. We are a company that believes in a balance, not just one person getting all the money, the company making all the money, but a balance for company, for consumers, as well as for our partners. That's the balance we want. We want everyone to be able to equally grow and then achieve a balance of success. That's our founding principles. And this is our management philosophy. Our CEO is quoted as saying that we are a small but a big company with very precise management. Some people call it laser management. What is laser management? That means we can take out what we don't need and only keep what we need to ensure that the company still grows. That's precise management. How do I know that Mr. Park can do that? Look at all these top people in magazines. Some of you recognize some of them. Jack Ma. People know Jeff Bezos. A few of them, people see their faces and they know who they are. They're all on Fortune magazine. And our CEO, then CEO, now chairman, is also featured on Fortune magazine as a business owner who has really managed their companies very well and take their company to the next level. He's among the top of the top in terms of management ability. His philosophy is extremely interesting because Mr. Park's philosophy is one where he says that we do not just have individuals growing wherever they are. We need to consolidate. Just like Amazon now is a company that serves a whole world of distribution channels for a lot of people. So is Alibaba in China and Asia. Atomy wants to be a global distributor for the whole world. And that's our philosophy. And that's where we are going to make sure that Atomy, through management, is able to attain that goal. So we've seen that Atomy has good reason to be around, has ethics, has management ability. But the most important thing in the business is not just those skills. It's what does it have to offer to its consumers. And this is where the products that Atomy has, we need to understand whether it's competitive and more so whether it is something that people will need to use over and over again. Now let's take a look at this area. If we have a product that is really, really good and we sold it at a price that is really, really high, which market are we catering to? We are very limited to the market. We are targeted only the top, maybe 1%, maybe even the top 0.5% people, because those are the people that can afford it. If our products only target those, you guys will have a hard time running this business because we need to know all the rich people in the world and dissuade them from using all the other brands that are there with bigger advertisements than we have. So what did we do? We chose items so that our products have absolute quality. So we offer the highest quality products wherever we can find it, but at a price that you find that it is affordable. It is realistic pricing. And this whole concept can be summarized in the word called prestige, where Atomy says, I want to offer prestigious products, good products that are really, really high-end, but to the masses, so that they can take advantage of it at a price that they all will be able to buy at. So our absolute quality products at an absolute price is the key to our success in this business in the long run. But what about the actual items? We need to ensure that our items are things that are used every day. And Atomy has them all. Items that you need every day. Who here in this picture, at least I guarantee that everyone here, sitting here tonight, would have used at least two of these items. Toothbrush, toothpaste. If you don't use them, then you may be from somewhere else in the world, or you have no teeth. But toothbrush, toothpaste is something everyone would use. And of course, we use variations of the other products, like supplements. Himo is one of our top supplements. We have skincare, and we have skincare, and we have other food products that are available. That's Atomy products, things that you need every day. If these are everyday items that you need, would you buy them continuously? And because they are at the best price and at the best quality, what would make you want to stop buying them? That is the main reason. That is the key principle as to why Atomy products are so competitive. For example, let's take a look at a few of our products. Let's look at Himo. What is Himo? Well, it's a supplement. Okay, so what can it do? What does it do? And that's the important thing. What does Himo do? More important is who created Himo. Good thing it wasn't created by Stevie in his basement. Otherwise, no one would buy it. But Himo helps you with your immunity. Right now, at this moment in time, with viruses floating all over the place, worldwide panic over viruses, what do you need to do first of all? Wash your hands is good. But if your body is weak, it doesn't matter how many times you wash your hands, you're going to be sick. So you need to ensure that your immunity is strong. And if you can build up your immunity, how much would you pay to ensure that your immunity is good? Here's one product that has been tested by real research, scientific research studies that shows that Hemohim actually builds your immune system. This is test result of Hemohim, not just in one study, but several studies that have been published in medical journals and scientific journals and so on. And it says that Hemohim does these things to ensure that your immune system is really healthy. First one is it helps build up your NK cell. Now, some of you may not know what NK stands for. It stands for natural killer cells. These cells are the vitality. They are the soldiers in your body. In basic science, we call them white blood cells, the easy way. So your white blood cells are the one from junior biology. You learn that your white blood cells are the one that fight against all the virus that comes into the body. Now, if your white blood cells is not strong, will you get sick? However, if they are too strong, you get the problem of they starting to do weird things, like allergies. Because when your cells are too strong, everything becomes an enemy, and that's no good. So you need cells that are healthy, strong, able to fight and know who to fight and when to fight. And Hemohim not only just builds that vitality, but Hemohim ensures that these natural killer cells or your white blood cells has a good communication system. Without communication within your cells, they're going to end up going to the wrong direction, fighting the wrong thing, killing the wrong thing. And that's what you don't want to have. You want to ensure that your cells have got good communication. And this Hemohim enhances the production of cytokine, which is a protein that builds the transmission, the communication within cells. With these two enhancement to your white blood cells and the communication system, therefore your immunity gets enhanced and your immunocyte, the thing that actually floats around and fights the viruses, actually increase in strength and vitality. And so therefore your biodefense goes up, you have no more fear of viruses. That's what Hemohim does. That's how it works. So who is good? Who needs to take Hemohim? As long as you have an immune system, you need to take Hemohim. What about skincare now? We've gone about taking care of the inside of you. The outside is something that we want to make sure that we look good, not just inside, but outside too. And Absolute Skincare Set is Atomy's top of the line professional skincare line. What do I mean by professional skincare line? A professional skincare line is only available not at Sephora, not at Shoppers Drug Mart, but at spas. Spas carry professional skincare line because they only appear there. You can buy it off the shelf, and they really cost a lot of money. But this professional skincare line has one thing different from many others that are out there. The others out there will tell you they're all anti-aging. We all love anti-aging, right? But how about de-aging? This is what this Absolute Skincare Set does. Allow you to go back, your skin to go back in time. How many of you, for your class reunion, really want to look 2 years younger? Just 2 years. Don't say more. Do you want to look 2 years younger? If you do, you need to really, really try this set because it does bring your age back. So how does all this work? In all skincare, nowadays, if you look at all the advertisements that are being put out for some of the top skincare lines in the world, whether it be Lancome, Estee Lauder, what do they talk about? Technology, nanometer size, special technology. This mixed with that gives you special stuff. That's what we are talking about. Does Absolute has that technology to make sure that it can actually de-age your skin? It has. This is where we go. Who created the systems? Well, let's go back to a company called Kerry and a company called Coma. In this picture, you see that there's Kerry, which is Korea Atomic Energy Research Institute. They joint venture with a private company called Coma Korea. Coma Korea one of the top 3 manufacturers of skincare in the world. They joint venture with the Korea Atomic Energy Research Institute. Yes, they did, and formed a company called Coma B&H, a company that specializes in manufacturing just beauty and health products. That's what B&H stands for, beauty and health. So if we have beauty and health, those products are the creation from this company called Coma B&H. Coma B&H is on, you can check it out on the website. It is actually a listed company on the Korea Stock Exchange. Now, what does Coma B&H manufacture for? Who is their main distributor? For beauty and health products, Atomy is the only distributor for Coma B&H. So here we have one company that top manufacturer of skincare in the world and a research facility that is second to none in the world for government research. These two combine together their technology, the money, and the skills together and form a company, Coma B&H, to bring to you skincare that really works. So what are the technologies that are involved in our skincare line, in the 4 basic technology that all Atomy skincare has? The first one is high purification. That means whenever we use herbs in our products, we need to be aware of 3 things: color, odor, and toxin. Color, because herbs, when they extract the essence, the color becomes darker because it's herbs. The second thing is odor. When you mix herbs together, some smells really good, some smells awful. But we need to take away that smell. And the third thing is all herbs have toxins. So we need to remove the toxins from the herbs and then combine it together so that we can give you something that really works. And high purification is the technology we have to do that. What else do we have? We do not use dry herbs. In fact, we only use fresh herbs that are being extracted and within 24 hours processed to extract the essence from each of the herbs. The third thing we do is we capitalize on fermentation technology. Korea is known for its fermentation technology. And so we have adapted this fermentation technology for us to be able to get different herbal ingredients to come together to form a powerful essence, and then bring the essence particle size down to so small that it could go into your skin. And the last thing we do is we actually capsulize all the essence into a capsule. For example, your skin will not accept anything that you put on it. It can't, otherwise you will die very quickly. So what do? We mimic the skin through each of our particles and wrap it with phospholipids that allows our skin to recognize it as a friend and lets it go deep into our skin to start helping our skin to get better. So those are the 4 basic technologies. These 4 basic technologies are used throughout most of our basic skincare line. So what's so special about this absolute line? The de-aging part. We have 2 more new technologies that we have added in. These 2 technologies, one is called the material technology, the other one is called the delivery technology. So what did we do? We added new stuff into the absolute to make it de-aging. And what do we do? These are the 4 key new ingredients we added into absolute. Epidermal growth factor. This is something that we have been able to extract from plants, added it into your skincare. If you do a research on EGF, you find that this is the one thing that helps your skin to regrow, especially for patients who have been burnt, and the skin needs to be regenerated. EGF is the one thing that was founded by a scientist that says that this particular growth factor helps skin to regrow. The other material I'd like to talk about is dormin. Dormin is a substance that you find on Canadian trees. You notice that all our trees seem to die in winter. They dry out. But then when it comes to spring, all the leaves comes out and it becomes a full-grown, full-bloom tree. The fact that each tree has dormin that helps it to go to sleep for the winter period and then comes back alive again in spring. This dormine is what we have been able to extract, not from the trees in Canada, but from seeds that are 4,000 years old. And this dormine is so effective that it allows our skin now to be able to rest, to go to sleep, while the other ingredients, such as epidermal growth factor, such as peptide, and so on, are able to repair the skin that we have that started to age. And therefore, we can bring it back in time. This whole thing added together became something that will allow your skin to actually start to be brighter, your skin to be lifted up, saggy skin, and altogether your skin elasticity, tension of the skin, becomes better and stronger. That's the absolute code that we have added in to absolute skincare to make it work. And delivery. Having all these ingredients is good. We need to know where it needs to go to ensure that the problem areas in your skin are taken care of. And this delivery technology uses what is called a target technology. A targeted technology that creates a certain code that will bind with areas that have the same code, get it together so that that part will be repaired. So your bad areas in your skin will start to be repaired first, and then the general skin will get better. And over time, you will have a younger looking skin. So that's our absolute skincare. Would you like one set? It's a professional line. But because of our best strategy, this set is really priced at a price that you won't believe it when you see it. Check it out and try it. And finally, I'd like to talk a little bit about one of our food items. This is canned pot pepper. I don't know how many of you out there are chefs. Well, I'm not a chef, but I cook. I'm particular about some of the stuff I put into my food. And pepper is something that enhances the flavor. That's why most people, when they go out, they want to eat what? Black pepper steak. Or they want to eat something with black pepper in it. Now, black pepper, there are many kinds. So many kinds that sometimes when you taste some, you say, this is only just hot. When you bite into it, it says, oh, there's nothing, no flavor, no taste, just one word, hot. And you say, so why do I take it? But pepper has different kinds, as I said. And this canned pot pepper, what's special about it? It is specially grown in an area in Cambodia. This area has the best soil and climate for this particular pepper to grow. Now, when was this discovered? It wasn't discovered too long ago because chefs all over the world now crave for this particular pepper. But it wasn't very long ago that one French, I believe it was French, chef was traveling in Cambodia and he came across this pepper. And someone told him, you got to try this pepper, it's really good. He didn't think so. But when he tasted it, he found that this is truly one of the best pepper. And when it became, his restaurants went into Michelin star because of this pepper became really, really popular. It became one of the best. Why is it so special? It is grown without fertilizer, without chemical fertilizers. It uses traditional Cambodian methods of farming, traditional methods for farming that ensures that the pepper, when it's produced, keeps a very strong fragrance, but very delicate as well, and very intense taste that adds to whatever you add to. Not just spicy, it's not just hot, but it could also range from spicy to sweet. You have to taste it to try it. Otherwise, you won't know what I'm talking about. So by all means, you really need to try this pepper. What does pepper help you with? Now, this is not just all pepper. Canned pot pepper in particular helps to reduce your salt intake. You don't need as much salt in your food. It prevents cold. Did you know that? So this flu thing that's going around helps a little bit. It relaxes and balances your stomach. Instead of just giving it a lot of spiciness in your stomach and causes upsets, it doesn't. It actually relaxes your stomach. Can you believe that? Here's one pepper that does that. And it helps with a little bit with weight control. Now, I don't think that eating pepper will make you slim, but it does help with weight control effect. over your body. And finally, pepper actually is an antioxidant. Helps to take away the bad stuff that you keep encountering in the air, in your work, in your environment, and so on. So, Chem-Pot pepper, something that you should try. I think all of you should tonight go home and take an order of it, because you will not regret it. And for the price that we are selling it at, it's unbelievable. All right, so I've mentioned about our products. Now, if you had a business with all these products in it, I already mentioned 3. In Canada, we have over 50 products that are there that you have on your website that you could use. If that's the case, then can this business work? Now, down to whether you can really make money out of this. So let's take a look at our compensation plan. Very simply, our compensation plan, in order to pay our members, we have to be fair. And so we use what is called a lineage system for paying our members. The lineage system comprises of 3 things. The first thing is we use a binary system, a 2-line system. So you bring in 2 people, or you build a left and a right team. And from these 2 people, your business starts to grow. We allow you to count every member in your team, no matter how deep it goes to. So you could get down to 100 levels, 1,000 levels. We count everyone, because all the products that each member use, they are given points, and all these points counts towards your commission. Finally, it doesn't matter where you are, you could do this business globally. If you have always been looking for a global business, this is it. Atomy is one where you can do your business globally. What do I mean by globally? I'm from Canada. I have a friend in US, and of course friends in Canada. Now, that friend in US knew someone in Mexico. Could they join your business? Sure they can. They don't need another ID. You don't need to create another business in Mexico to start doing Atomy. Your one ID is able to cover the whole world in terms of business. And therefore, it doesn't matter where people are in this world. As long as Atomy is in that country and you have a friend there whom you introduce Atomy to, they will become part of your business team. They will become part of your business. And that's where your global business expands and grows into. Okay. So Atomy uses PV system. I mentioned PV a little bit just now. Let's take a look at what it means. So every time you use your Optimum card, how many of you don't have one? Okay, no one has put up their hands. I guess everyone does own one. If you own an Optimum card, what do? You shop at Loblaws, you shop at Shoppers, and you get points. That's points. And this is the same thing. Every time you buy a product of Atomy, you get points. So basically, you're collecting points. So what are the points that we have? We have 2 types of points. Basically, same points that you collect as you buy the products, but points are divided into 2 different types. That is what is called the personal points or personal PV. These personal PV are accumulated when you buy products on your own, using your own ID. And these PV will accumulate for the lifetime of your membership. If you lose the membership, then the points disappear. That's the only time where the membership, where your points will go. Otherwise, they keep accumulating for your whole lifetime. We also have what is called a group PV. So personal PV is what you collect for yourself. But there is also your left team and your right team. Remember your left group and your right group? Okay, they combine what is called together called group PV. Group PV, what is it? It's really purchases that are done by your downlines. People who have brought into use Atomy products and buy Atomy products, every time they buy the products and they use Atomy products, they collect their points. And these points add up to become what is called your group PV. There's a left group PV and your right group PV. Left and right. Okay. Now that you have the points, this is what I mean when you buy a product and you get points. So say, for example, you bought our Fame set, which is our anti-aging skincare. not de-aging, anti-aging, you get 57,200 points. As simple as that. As you collect all these points, what happens? Now let's take a look. As you buy products and you collect points, when you reach a personal point value of 10,000 points, you start to accumulate the points in your team. That means your team points starts to count together for a commission. If you do not have 10,000 K, nothing is accumulated through your team volume. Okay? So when you get to 300,000 points on the left and 300,000 points on the right, you get paid. And this is the commission you get paid. So that's as simple as it is. That's how we pay people. As long as you have points, you collect points, your members use products, there are points, then you get paid. Okay, let's take a look at, so I can basically understand that when I collect points, my members collect points, I get paid because the volume comes up. Okay, but how much would it cost me to really be involved with Atomy? That's one of the things as to why many people give up network marketing, because of the costs or hidden costs. Let's see whether there are any in Atomy. Atomy has, number one, no joining fees. Is that good? I think that's excellent. No joining fees. So the first time when I heard this, I said, okay, there must be a catch somewhere. Cannot end there. How can a company pay out anything if they don't collect any fees? Okay, so no joining fees. Okay, fine. So I can be a member, no cost. Now you're going to tell me, say, every month I need to buy something. And Atomy says, we don't even require you to every month order anything. I said, okay, that's a change. That's a big change for a lot of marketing companies I've been involved with. But then the next one you say, I don't even need a place to put the products. It's all on the website. I don't need a store to store all these things. Okay, so no capital cost for me. So whatever I earn in Atomy is actually earnings. No expenses so far. Yes. Now the last thing is that you don't even have an annual fee or a sales quota. How many of you are driven away from other companies because there's sales quota? You need to keep a volume of 6,000 US dollar sales every 6 months, for example. If you can't do that, you won't get paid. Atomy don't have those quotas. And neither do we have an annual fee. So with this kind of a structure, many have asked me, Stevie, are you sure this business can actually make you money? Because it costs me nothing. I said, right, it costs you nothing. All you need to do is be involved with it. There's one thing you do need to do to maintain your membership. The only thing you need to do. You need to buy at least one product within a period of 12 months. Every time you buy a product, your 12-month cycle will start again from the time you bought the product. That's all you need to maintain your membership. Then someone asked me, says, Stevie, does it mean that I have to buy the most expensive product? I said, no, you can buy the cheapest product, which by the way, right now is less than $3.50. If that's the case, then that's all you need to keep your membership going. You buy a product that you are going to use anyway, and your membership gets revived. Okay, so I've said that for Atomy, just to become part of Atomy costs you nothing. And it will cost you nothing to maintain it. So, okay, so I said, all this makes sense up to this point. But can I really have a chance to succeed in this business? What are my chances of really succeeding? I've seen a lot of people try other programs and they all fail. And they say they got cheated and so on. But is there a chance for me to succeed? Let's look at this. Why is Atomy able for you to succeed? Because Atomy has what is called a fair ceiling system, so that everyone, doesn't matter when I start, we all get the same commission when we reach the top. And that top is $1,500 a day. Is that enough for you? If it is not, then this business is for you, not for you. But if it is, the great thing about Atomy is that it doesn't matter whether you are like me, started 3 years ago. Some of you may be starting tonight. But at the end of the day, we will all make the same income. and all of us could party together because there's no longer any need to be jealous of whether someone else is making more money than me. We know that everyone reached the top for that same income. However, this system also allows us one thing, allow us to have more money to be shared among all the members. In the normal network marketing system, who makes all the money? The top few people. I asked one person who was in another big network marketing company for many years, and I asked him, how many people make the top income? He told me 500. I said, how long has your company been around? 30 years. How many members do you have altogether? I don't know. We lost count. Only 500 people in that top could make that money. Now, if you look at this triangle thing, if all the money was paid to the people at the top, how much would be left for the people at the bottom? Not enough to share. That's why we have this fair ceiling cap, so that everyone has an opportunity to still have money left over to pay those who are starting out. That's why we have a very fair compensation system for everyone. All right, so we've talked about that fair chances to succeed. In fact, our chairman, Mr. Park, says that if with Atomy system you cannot succeed in a business like Atomy, then the other businesses would be very hard for you to even try to succeed. Now, the final thing I'd like to talk about a company is, what's the future for the company? Can the company sustain? It is great to have great products. Right now, it is a legitimate company. It has great ethics. It has great management. But it is truly important to know what's the future, the vision for this company. If you don't see it, then you need to question, how long will this company be around? So what is Atomy's vision? Atomy's vision is this. Number one, always for the customer. We aim to give customers success, not customer satisfaction, but success. Success for a customer is not only just receiving good products, but receiving good products at really, really good prices. That's customer success. That's the first focus of Atomy. And we will continue to keep this as an objective for a long time to come, because this is the only way Atomy can really succeed and give you an income that is residual. The other thing, Atomy Objective, is to become the world's main distribution hub for luxury prestige products, where people will keep coming here to buy these products because we have the best pricing on the market. They don't have to go elsewhere to check something else. And finally, Atomy Objective is strive to become the #1 company, a premier company, a company that has all that I've said earlier on, the ethics, the principles, the culture that we have. We want to build all this so that we will always be maintained and recognized as a premier company, not just because of our sales, not just because of our products, but because of where we stand. As a company, as members, as part of the company, within our partners, we want to be recognized as the premier company. That is the company Atomy is all about. A to Z, I hope that through this lecture, you now begin to see that Atomy is truly a different company with very high moral standards, very high ethical practices. And the whole point is Atomy wants to make all of you to have success in life. Success in life means you will have a balanced life. Thank you.